Howdy ho, YTPC. Hope you guys are doing good. Been a while since got to make a video. This one's the first video, I think. No, it may be the second video, I don't know, but officially off the market. I'm a married man. Happily married man, too. Mike and I have been fixing up the house. That's been the main drive. We're both teachers, so we've got the summers off, and it is summer. Whew, it's hot. I'm taking a break for some yard work. Grass has been growing crazy because of all the rain. Beautiful summer day. Sitting here with my new buddy. Well, I say new buddy, but not really new. It's my buddy Charlie over here. Come here, Charlie. Charlie is Micah's dog. Yeah, come on up here, Charlie. Let's get you. Charlie is toy poodle. Whoop. Me and Charlie have been buddies for a little over a year now, making visits over to her family's house. But now she's always been Micah's dog, and now she's my dog. So we were good friends. We struck it off first hit, but since I have become one of the major food providers for her, we have suddenly become a lot more close. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody's doing good. Such a beautiful day out today. Needed to take a moment to pause and reflect and be thankful for such beautiful surroundings and good companionship. The beautiful bride, my forever bride, she is away today. This summer we had about 6, maybe 7, maybe 8, I don't know, close friends and relatives that have gotten married, including ourselves. So it has been the summer of weddings, and today, at a couple hours from now, I'm going to be dressing up, looking my spiffy best, and heading up to a wedding in Richmond, Kentucky. It's going to be a beautiful ceremony there. She's currently up there fixing hair and doing nails. For all of her friends and family that are in the wedding. Which leaves me to my own devices. Got some local farmers out here cutting hay, riding by on the tractor. Well, there's a couple things I wanted to share with you. I guess first off, specifically to Porch Piper Tom, I love watching your videos. But he had mentioned a little bit about being curious about some of my blacksmithing and knife making. It's not something that I do as often as I want to. Like I said, I'm a teacher, so I have some summertime, some free time, and I use a old coal forge. It's a hand crank coal forge, although I usually burn hardwoods in it. And most of the stuff that I make are actually recreations, or at least my interpretation or closest recreation I can make of ancient artifacts. Because I teach social studies, world history to 7th graders. And if you don't know, or maybe you do, I don't know, 6th and 7th grade in Kentucky is typically your world history. You have your Greeks and your early Roman in 6th grade, and then 7th grade you may pick up with a little bit of your medieval and your Japanese medieval societies and Silk Road and all that. Each county does it at a little different time, but any way you slice it, I teach the courses and the subjects that there's no material for. All the material is in other countries. we can't go on a tour of a castle, a legitimate castle here. You have to go over to Europe. And likewise, the people that we're talking about, they're dust. They're dead and gone. So to keep 7th grade and 6th grade kids interested in dead people and dust, you got to be creative. And these companies that make educational tools and materials, the stuff that they make, almost 100% of it, I'm talking 90, 95% of it, is paper. It's paperwork, busy work. And I mean, everyone's got their own philosophy, but for me as a social studies teacher, I want to give experiences. There's a difference between reading about a knight holding a long sword and for me to bring in a accurate, like measurement wise, weight specific long sword and, let them see that, not swing it. That's dangerous. But to be able to make a video and bring in some kind of weird device that I've made blacksmithing that and demonstrate at my house here and then show them the video how it works. That's the sort of stuff. That's what's going to stick with you. That's what's really going to make a difference. And so that's what I kind of use my blacksmithing for. And occasionally, whenever I have the time, I'll get some knives done. But as I mentioned previously in another video, I wanted to make a knife that was designed specifically for cutting cake, wedding cake, with the thought that perhaps future generations of relations would still hold on to that knife and use it as kind of a, family carry-on, heirloom sort of thing. And I'd shown you the rough of it. I'm going to show you real quick the final result by the time the wedding happened. It ain't perfect. I know it's not perfect. Every artist sees, all of the pitfalls, but it worked out. It took about 4 days of final finish from the last time you saw it to get it into this state, and to get it into this place, and it worked very well. Me and the wife are very pleased with it. I mean, it ain't perfect. You can still see there's a little pit in it right there that I ran out of time, and I didn't get to sand it all the way down, to getting it finished. And there's a few little pits right in here, just barely, and I've thought about, should I go back and finish it more, because I could do that, but I don't know. This was the state that I got it to by the time the wedding happened, and so I think I'm just going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it as is. It's very comfortable in the hand. It works very well, and yeah, we all liked it. A lot of the guests that came, they liked it, and several of the guys in particular, they wanted to cut their own cake with it and get the feel of it. So, and it was nice. We served our cake to our guests. That gave us an opportunity to meet with everybody that came and say hi. But it worked really good. Every time you'd cut the cake, the little slice would begin to fall over, and you could just turn your knife, and it was already laying out there flat on the scoop, and lay it off in the plate. So worked pretty good. This one was a bit experimental for me. I did not have enough brass. I didn't have enough brass to be able to get the right thickness and shape to go in to all of these different ends and everything like that. So I cast this. I bought casting equipment last year, but didn't really get to use it. So I told the wife, I said, I'm nervous. I'm scared because I know what to do, but I've never done it before. And this is such an important project, I don't want to mess it up. And I didn't have time to mess it up and redo it. But I got the foundry set up, put scrap pieces of brass that I'd been collecting from different yard sales and machine shops and things like that. I pick up all the scraps, melted it down, cast out the 4 pieces, and ground them down and all that. And it worked out good. It worked out good. I got a couple other pieces in the work. You can kind of see how rough this is. I mean, this is like one day of shaping, one day of hammering to the rough dimensions and everything like that, and then one day of like rough shaping the edges and everything like that, and fixing what will later be kind of the, I don't know what you call that, the bolster. Is that a bolster? I don't know. I'm not professionally trained. I just do this for fun, and this is going to be kind of a hunter style. It's a little mean looking. It's got some rough edges to it, but yeah, whenever I decide to get back on some projects, I'll start looking into that. Finish it up. It's pretty thick down there at the end. It's going to take a couple more days of work on it, but that one's coming up before too long. And whenever I make the knives, I make them, and then I post pictures. I have a lot of students, past students and parents of past students who, once they turn 18 and, you know, all that, they'll start watching the Facebook or Instagram, wherever I'm selling it at. They'll say, "Oh man, I want one of your knives. Where are you going to be selling them next?" And I just set up a place, one of the farmers markets or something like that, or I'll just, you know, instant messaging and all that. I like doing that for people. It's a neat little thing. It's a neat, fun little thing. Smoking Old Gowrie today. Old Gowrie. Now, I'll admit, I bought this it's over a year ago. It's almost 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago. I didn't like it. First impression was very one-dimensional, and I didn't care for it. I don't know. It didn't stick out to me as very unique. And I've let it sit in the jar here. I've actually got it in 2 jars. It was like 100-gram tin or something like that. And I opened it up again for the first time in about 2 years now. Close to it. And it's not bad. It's not bad, especially for a summer. Like, it's a really hot day out today. It's about 90. It's got to be about 90, 92. Full sun, no clouds. And this is nice. Not too heavy. It's not really burning the back of my throat or anything, or setting real heavy in the back of my throat. It's nice. I like it. But that leads me to the next thing here that I'm looking into. I did get a little bit of a mail call recently, and it was a new one for me. Got 2 of them. Yep. There's 1. Here's 2. And you say, "Well, easy Embers, you got you the same pipe." Yes, I did. This is going to be it's not my first corn cob, but I'm going to count it as kind of my first corn cob, because the first corn cob I got fell apart after 2 smokes. It was something real cheap. A family member got it for me for a birthday a long time ago, and I tried using it, and it came unglued and just fell apart, and it was uncomfortable in the mouth. The stem was in a horrible shape, and I tried filing it down. It's not good. So these are very comfortable. Yeah, very comfortable. Looking forward to using these for a specific purpose. I have cast a very wide net. Shallow but very wide net in the tobacco world. I have like 1 to 2 ounces of a lot of tobaccos, and I've tried each of them as they come in, and I'm now kind of sitting at a situation here. It's not a situation. It's a path. It's the next step in the path, right? Because every pipe smoker has a journey. They're walking down a path. So where the path is leading me now is after casting such a wide net, what do I then invest in deeper? Which ones do I like well enough to cellar for a good while? I know there's always going to be new stuff coming out, but I've never been anyone that really dove super deep into anything. I'm like a 110 kind of guy. I'll buy a 10 or sample 1 ounce if I can, or 2 ounces, whatever the smallest amount is, and just see if I like it. But I'm at that point now where, after having tried all these different tobaccos, which ones am I going to go deeper on? So, I don't know if it's going to be something you all be interested in following me along with, but for my own personal records, I'm going to start, hopefully, good Lord will, using these 2 pipes as a means by which to compare 2 similar tobaccos. It won't be in first impression videos or anything like that. It's going to be my very biased personal opinion, personal wants, that after having sampled the tobaccos, pitting 2 that taste similar to me side by side, so that I can know and mark in my little list, if this was a true face-off of 2 blends, which one of the 2 am I going to go for? And in true scientific method, I figured the best way to do that is to have the same blend in roughly the same pipe. So I went with 2 different colors here of the same sort of deal to, eliminate the chance of it, having a briar that's, some kind of ghosting in it or something like that. True tastes, and hopefully that way, we don't get too much of you get a true first impression. I don't want to say first impression, but true battling between the 2 of them, and hopefully can decide which one I'm going to keep. I figure I'll take the blend and smoke it for, maybe 3 days, both of them at the same time, side by side. And I don't know. And then I thought maybe recording the results, maybe you all have a similar palate to me. Who knows? Maybe this can kind of help you guys out, any of you that's watching through. And if you've been kind of deciding between 2, maybe I can help you say, well, these 2 are basically the same. This one's I prefer this one because it's a little sweeter, or, I like the oriental note in this one better. It appeals to me a little bit more. I don't know. But just doing something like that for my own personal records. Figuring out how to stock my cellar. Because unfortunately, the price of this stuff just keeps going up. The difficulty to find it keeps going up. The supply is not necessarily meeting the demand, and the demand is rising. I am happy about that. We're a couple of the guys that I smoke with in the area. We're kind of getting together, and we've had us a little club we've been going on for over a year now, and we're about ready to move it on to a more official first step. When me and the forever bride get back from our honeymoon, which, good Lord's will, is going to be next week. Super excited. We kind of put it off just because there's been so many other family and friend weddings going on we've been helping out with, so we're both really excited to take our honeymoon for a bit. I'm going to try to convince the lady to let me stop by Paul's Pipe Shop. Those of you that know, you kind of know what direction I'm heading in. But I've never been there before, but it looks amazing. But hopefully I'll stop by up there next week sometime. But we've been working together, and we've got us a name now, and we're working on some shirts, and we've got us a meeting location. So getting some merchandise going, some little things just to identify us. It started out with 3 of us. It's turned into 5 of us. That's a steady, stable group. But we have also got people who duck in and out, and if you combine all the people who's ducking in and out, we've got us about 12, 15 who stop by and will join up with us occasionally, and more showing interest on the way. So if any of you that are watching this live in the Tri-County area around London, Kentucky, Corbin, Kentucky, Williamsburg, Whitley County, any of them areas, and you want to hang out with some wholesome folks, smoking some good tobacco, sharing good stories, we're going to start doing a little meetup, if all goes according to plan, in Corbin, Kentucky, at one of the local venues and businesses out there. They've got a nice little patio area, and we'll be meeting up probably, I think right now we're going to aim for Thursday evenings. I think that's where we're at. Thursday evenings. I don't know. I'll give you more details as we finalize it. But the pipe club name we're going with for right now, and I think we're looking into getting some official logos and all that jazz, is the Appalachian Ember Society, AES. We're living here in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Nice rolling territory. It's beautiful up here. Don't have to drive any distance to be at the edge of a mountain. You can just walk out your back door. See them. But Appalachian Ember Society. So we're getting that off the ground, getting it running. So be looking for some news on that. It's pretty cool. We would love, I mean, we're going to still keep working on it. And, you know, this is there's a lot of what ifs, and, you know, it could literally be just a pipe dream. But we would love to get a actual pipe show started up in the area. And we're making steps, we're taking steps to hopefully being able to host something like that maybe by next year. We'll see. Remember, this is just a dream. Don't know if it's going to fully come to fruition and all that, but we're taking the steps necessary that as we find the ability to and the time to get that up and going. And that'd be awesome. We'd love to be able to host something like that and get a lot of the people from Tennessee and a lot of the great pipe makers and restorers throughout Kentucky going on something like that. Love seeing everybody at pipe shows. That's just the light of my life. I love it. Can't wait to hopefully go to the Ohio one. This will be my second year going to the Ohio one. Went to last year's, got to meet so many wonderful people. It's awesome. Sample some stuff I'd never get a chance to sample otherwise. Possibly this year taking the wife with me to the Richmond one. I've heard about it. I missed it last year, but it's on the weekend, so me and the wife may drive out Friday night after work, head that way, spend Saturday with everybody. She's never been to a pipe show, but she's wanting to go. So it's awesome. Awesome stuff. But I've flapped my jaws for long enough. Just good catching up with everybody. Hope you're doing well. Blessings to each and every one of you. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this wonderful afternoon with this now much better tasting tobacco. I don't know. You got to let me know with your experience. If anyone's ever had Old Gowrie, put there in the comments, does it get better with age? I know it's mainly a Virginia. I assume that it does. After 2 years or going on 2 years, close to it, I taste a difference. But I've still got another jar about that big for the 100 grams left. And I don't know. Is there a certain like age limit that I need to wait to bust open that other jar? Like 5 years, does it turn into magic? I don't know. But best wishes to y'all. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time.